He's the articulate, alliterative analyst whose mouth moves a mile a minute.
Never stick your dick in a pudding. It might still be good pudding and you can spend all afternoon explaining that, but no one's going to eat it because you stuck your dick in it.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Zero Punctuation episodes. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at the funniest and most memorable episodes of this popular and unique game review web series hosted by Ben Yahtzee Croshaw, published by Escapist.
I guess that means this review is a bit shorter than normal, so here's something else to fill the time.
Number 10, Ride to Hell, Retribution.
Yes, it's a biker-themed action-adventure melee-shooty ridey-bikey affair, sort of like Full Throttle if it had absolutely zero self-awareness.
As if a game of such deplorability could escape Yahtzee's gaze. Sharing a distaste for the title with many of his fellow critics, Yahtzee hilariously peels back the layers about what makes this title so damn bad to begin with, ripping apart everything from the music to the combat to the cringe-inducing sex scenes. As you might expect, it's filled with his signature metaphors and dark humor. For example,
I do not know how the hell Ride to Heck got cleared for release unless the entire QA team simultaneously resigned to start a shotgun tasting business.
And compares the in-game sex to fish people fondling each other via navel ring entanglement. And yet he still wants everyone to buy it, just to witness the travesty for themselves.
We should have mass screenings of it, get everyone to dress up, put upside-down pedal bins on their heads and then beat their wives.
Number 9. Fallout New Vegas.
There is one interesting new feature though, Hardcore Mode, which adds the need to regularly eat, sleep and drink while travelling, which sounded like fun in a Bear Grylls-y kind of way, and this is a role-playing game, so let's motherfucking roleplay!
This one's a little different since we actually get insight into how Yahtzee's personal gaming experience went. In a game like Fallout, where player choice is everything, we have expected to be treated to a grand tale of survival. Instead, we got a hilarious recollection of Yahtzee's personal courier suffering all manner of horrendous encounters. This includes constantly losing limbs and murdering his way to New Vegas, only to have the game crash on him moments after. It's fair to say he didn't exactly have the best time on the strip.
Woke up in a doctor's office with some guy telling me I've been shot in the head and may have suffered brain damage, but I've learned not to trust the opinion of giant mustachioed spider people, so I made my excuses and left.
Number 8. Final Fantasy XIII.
I suppose I could have held off for another week to play it some more, but the thing is, I don't f***ing want to.
As Yahtzee quickly explains, newcomers to this expansive franchise may not want to pick 13 as their first entry to dive in. Due to his commitment with opening his own venue, he admits that he only had a chance to play 5 hours of it in total. Oh, but what a magical 5 hours they were. He comes down hard on the character archetypes, even comparing them to the Final Fantasy equivalent of the Spice Girls. He has no idea what the plot is hours in, and also has huge issues with disconnected gameplay. If there's a game that can turn Yahtzee's opinion on JRPGs around, it isn't this one.
Some people have told me that FF13 gets good about 20 hours in. You know that's not really a point in its favour, right? Put your hand on a stove for 20 hours, and yeah, you'll probably stop feeling the pain, but you'll have done serious damage to yourself.
Number 7. Animal Crossing New Leaf.
Sure, lower part of the brain, a blue tiled roof probably would solve our constant crushing sense of emptiness. Oh god, stop!
While many find the serenity of this hit 3DS title innocent and charming in nature, you can always count on Yahtzee to take a seemingly inoffensive concept and refer to it as an exercise in existential horror. But we'll be damned if he doesn't back it up with some rather morbid yet hilarious evidence.
Existing with nothing to strive for is no existence at all. A life free of debt? You naive fool. Debt is your life.
Despite finding some aspects rather obnoxious, Yahtzee does eventually concede that even he can fall victim to its addictive features. Well, one thing's for sure. You won't be able to play the game again without hearing the words pawn shop ringing in your ears.
Oh, thank you for this thoughtful gift of a lovely sofa, Goose Woman. Doesn't go with my place, but it would just look perfect at the pawn shop.
Number 6. The Witcher.
What quickly becomes obvious is that Witcher is very much a PC-exclusive game, which are typically designed to be as complex and unintuitive as possible so that those dirty console-playing peasants don't ruin it for the glorious PC gaming master race.
Behold, the episode that gave birth to the now infamous meme known as PC Master Race. Thanks for that, Yachts. Regardless, the game that would one day give us the excellent Witcher 3 Wild Hunt left quite the impression on our host, and not a good one. He actually found it so boring, complicated, and padded that he couldn't stomach more than a couple of hours. Not sure the same can be said for the abundance of sex scenes he had within those few hours, though.
This is a Memorpaga, a single-player Memorpaga with no alliance dipshits teabagging your corpse, but a Memorpaga nonetheless.
Number 5. Resident Evil 5.
It's like watching someone beat their fists against a wall, then running off to hospital before coming back to do it some more. And they used my medical insurance, and it's my wall.
Sorry, Sheva, Yahtzee is not a fan. Or rather, he's not a fan of your less than stellar AI. Prior to this review, Yahtzee had constantly made fun of Capcom's unintentional racism in videos, and yet the racism issue only scratches the surface of this game's problems. Throw in Sheva's mismanaged AI capabilities, an inventory system he more than loathed, and what he feels to be a lack of creativity, and there was little chance this one was gonna get a glowing review. However, now it's kind of impossible to unsee Chris Redfield as part fridge.
And the hero is old hand Chris Redfield, whose tiny dorky head on absurdly muscled body looks like someone left a chia pet on top of a fridge.
Number 4, Mailbag Showdown.
Well, it's certainly not you, because you've just been upgraded to dickhead, and a presumptuous dickhead at that.
For every piece of criticism, there will always be those who rebuke it. Given that Yahtzee Croshaw has verbally eviscerated popular games with huge fan bases, it's not hard to imagine that some overly devoted fans would throw negative messages his way. Well, this is the episode where he bites back. Oh, those poor souls. As the hate comments flood in, largely due to a previous Super Smash Bros. Brawl review, Yahtzee does what he does best. He breaks them down and deflects the messages with some good old visceral wit.
I'm not a fanboy. Yes, you are.
We're not sure who got burned worse by the end of it, the commenters or the 7th generation consoles.
The Wii is an excitable little yappy bastard, good with children but a little exhausting. The PS3 is a big dependable black monster, slow but lovingly bringing in your slippers every morning. And the 360 is just a good all-rounder that only occasionally pisses itself and dies.
Number 3, the Orange Box.
If you like blazing action peppered with variety and cleverness, you could do a hell of a lot worse than Half-Life 2 Episode 2, Manchester United 0.
This was the review that made Zero Punctuation the breakout success it is today. Yahtzee, whom at the time was considered a critic that hated everything, actually praised the games in this package, causing the episode to go viral. It ended up attracting millions of views, and even earned Yahtzee a plane ticket from Valve to visit their headquarters in Bellevue, Washington, which is pretty extravagant considering he was living in Australia at the time. And it's not hard to see why this video became so popular, as he uses his signature dry wit in unique and creative ways to complement the collection. Especially Portal, which he claims has no faults. Jeez, how's that for praise?
Absolutely sublime from start to finish, and I will jam forks into my eyes if I ever use those words to describe anything else ever again.
Number 2, Wolfenstein.
In the tumultuous time before D-Day, there once was a man named BJ, with chocolate box hair and a face like a bear and a jacket he picked up on eBay.
While the game in and of itself is a pretty poor entry in the franchise as a whole, what really makes this a jewel of an episode is Yahtzee's bizarre yet oh-so-welcome decision to review it in the form of a limerick. Not only does Yahtzee show off a little of his inner poet, he also manages to dissect what amounts to a frustrating and generic title in such a hilariously creative way that listening to him spit out a couple of rhymes is better than actually playing the game. It's almost a shame that Wolfenstein: The New Order was so good. Otherwise, we might have gotten a second edition.
Well, if you like starting punch-ups in bars, or your head has been lodged up your arse, Wolfenstein may give at least some joy to Viv, otherwise don't bother, 2 stars.
Before we reveal our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
The fact that Fable has a large following is like the existence of the appendix or the biological compulsion to have 18 kids that's exclusive to rednecks. It's one of the little things about humanity I find completely incomprehensible.
But we didn't make it in time, so they were going to make me do the whole mission again. As the exasperated Chinese zookeeper said to the last male panda in the world, that.
Grr, I just love killing stuff, they cry to fill every awkward silence. All the alive things had better watch out, because I'm the best at killing stuff you don't even know. And he just want one of them to go, could we talk about something else for one bleeding second?
Number 1, Duke Nukem Forever.
While I don't want to spoil too much, I was extremely moved by the scene in which Duke tearfully reunites with his daughter and then she puts on a bikini and dry humps his leg.
During the days when it seemed like Duke Nukem Forever was never going to be released, Yahtzee took it upon himself to craft a mock review that poked fun at all the hype surrounding the elusive title. Aside from ad-libbing levels that, in all fairness, sound way more fun than what we actually got in the 2011 release, he manages to poke fun at the studio, the fandom, and even Duke as a character with satirical praise. Honestly, it's kind of a shame they didn't give Yahtzee creative control of the game. Couldn't have turned out worse than what we eventually got.
But anyway, the point was, I'm just glad I don't live in a world where such scenarios exist. Now I better stop here because I promised Jimi Hendrix that we'd go pony trekking under the sea.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.